My name is KJSechrist, and this is a communications chart from Allison Traditional Magnet Middle School in Wichita. I created it using Creatively, an app that is on the internet. I did not like Creatively. I'd make a couple of changes, add a few things, and then a screen would pop up and it'd say that an error has occurred, and would say I needed to restart it and and then start again. So it was fairly frustrating to use that, but I finally did get it completed, and so this is the communications chart that was created. On the left side, I have the internal communications piece. On the right, there's external, and I only included two things for external on the right. And then in the middle, there's a strategic communications division, and I'll go ahead and talk about that first, because our strategic communications division in Wichita is created with, or it consists of three departments: the strategic communications, media productions, and parent and community support. The strategic communications department is responsible for marketing all of the amazing things that students, teachers, and staff members in Wichita do. They create videos, billboards, flyers, brochures, booklets, handouts, presentations, advertisements, and then they do a lot more. They do this through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Also, as part of that, they train best practices for teachers, and used on social media as a communication tool. Also, they create the website, and then as part of that is the graphic designs. They've created some brochures for us at Allison to use, and then finally they have employee recognitions, and they celebrate the hard work of employees and their accomplishments with the awards that are received, such as the Good Apple Award, the Distinguished Teacher Awards, and Excellence in Public Service, and many more things that they do as far as just recognizing the things that are done in Wichita. The media production services consists of the Cox Cable Channel 20 in Wichita, and then there's also a Channel 99 that has stuff on a lot in Wichita about just things that are going on there, the good things that are going on. And then they create videos. They created a video for us last year that highlighted the things that were happening at Allison for us to use as a recruitment tool. And then last is the Parent and Community Network. And as part of that, it serves as an advocate for district parents on issues relating to the success of individual students within our district. And so there's a liaison that you can contact with the district if there are some issues that you'd like to talk about. So I put that in the middle because it's really not a part of Allison, but it is a part of our school district, and is a separate entity. And so a lot of communication from our district comes from them externally into our building, and then we also have some things that they do for us inside our building. So I included them in the middle, but they just do a really nice job, the Strategic Communications Division does. So internal communications, the first thing is that it consists of our school board, and all the Board of Education meetings are on cable TV, as I mentioned, the different, like Channel 20 and Channel 99. You can also go to the meetings face-to-face. The way that the board communicates with each other and then with the staff is usually done through the superintendent. But the communication is either written, it's either verbally face-to-face. We do have a representative that comes to our building at times. However, with 8 high schools, 18 middle schools and 45 elementaries are not going to come out very often, and so there's a lot of information that just comes to us through the superintendent. But they also communicate digitally, email, and then through the media postings. Our district administration, it consists of our superintendent. We also have an assistant superintendent that's in charge of secondary schools, and then we have an executive director that also helps the assistant superintendent with the number of middle schools that we have. But generally, the director is the one who comes and out to our building, but we do on occasion see the assistant superintendent and the superintendent in our building. The district administration communicates BOE policies and strategies. There's a video posted monthly by the superintendent. There's also a thing on the website where you can read along with the superintendent, a couple of books. And then the district administration, the way they communicate is written, verbal face-to-face meetings, and then we also have a thing that's called Parent Link, and they send out information, emergency information or weather-related information through that Parent Link. Then we have the building administration, and the building administration consists of one principal per school and generally one assistant principal, at least one. Allison has one assistant principal, and they communicate the policies and the strategies that the board has put into place directly to us. And then that's done through updates are sent weekly to staff in a principal's email. Our principal also communicates written, verbal face-to-face meetings, and then we also have a monthly monthly staff meeting with administration. The teachers and staff, there's team meetings that occur 3 times a week, and then professional development meetings occur 2 times a week. And so they meet together. The teachers are divided into different teams based on grade, or like our exploratory team on subject matter. But they meet 5 times a week, and 3 of those times are to talk about issues related to the team or concerns about students, and then the other 2 times are professional development meetings. This also gives a time for teachers and staff to be available to meet with parents or guardians if they so desire to do that. Updates are sent weekly to parents through the district website. There's also teachers and staff also communicate with phone, written communication, verbally, email, or digitally through our media posts that occur on our district school website. And then lastly, on the internal communications, we have students. That occurs daily in person, and it's usually orally, electronically, written. They can also do it through the planner that each student is required to carry and write in for every class period. And then we also get information out to students with our daily announcements. Generally, there's not a lot of two-way communication that takes place at the top or at the bottom of this internal chart on the left. But students do get to communicate with teachers and staff, and they can do that orally. They can do it electronically if they're at home and want to do that through email or Dojo, which the parents use. On the right are the external communication pieces, and that's parents and guardians. And parents and guardians can communicate with administration staff verbally and electronically, either through email and Parent View. And Parent View is a district application where parents can check on their students' grades whenever they want to. It's also an easy way to communicate with communicate with parents through email. All of our email addresses are on Parent View. We do have an orientation meeting in the fall at the beginning of the year. We have conferences twice a year, and then parents can communicate with teachers at events, and that includes music and athletic events. Parents take a couple of surveys every year, and then last, our media postings, and we have, like I said, we have our district school website, also on Facebook and Twitter. There are some media postings that take place, and hopefully they are communicating with their students daily. And then last, we have parent groups, and on the parent groups, we have a parent-teacher association that is really active in our school, and site council, and they meet on the same Monday evening, kind of back-to-back meetings, starting at 6:30, and they communicate with administration and staff verbally and electronically through those monthly meetings, and also through the media postings that take place on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So that's my communications chart, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.